So yeah, we won't beat around the bush. Wow, did that playoff slate suck last week? Terrible. One good game, the rest were blowouts, and they didn't all go as you'd expect. But it did set up a pretty juicy divisional round, and that's what we're going to talk to you guys about today. We'll start with the AFC, Texans at Chiefs.
I'm not gonna get too fancy here. Give me the Chiefs, but Texans are gonna bang them up. Chiefs better hope nobody goes down here.
I like that. Like Al-Shaair, maybe like Kelsey's knee. I
Yeah.
could I could see
There
that
goes
working.
Josh Allen behind me. So what does that symbolize?
No good. Yeah, I'm with you. I wrote down Chiefs by a million. I think this Texans team stinks.
I have the Chiefs in a close one. I don't know why, but I think the pass rush for the Texans is going to get to Mahomes like maybe three times, four times. The Texans love playing at 4:30 in the playoffs.
Yeah, you know what? Close game. I actually do like that because there's something fishy going on with the odds here. I don't know if you guys have looked. Kansas City is like the second or third favorite to win the Super Bowl, but if you bet exact matchups, they're the favorite in all of the exact matchups, which is a little arbitrary betting. You could profit either way.
Probably the
Betting.
Lions.
Arbitrage betting.
Arbitrage betting. Yeah. Little arbitrage action if you want to get in. But yeah, something weird's going on there. So I think they either win or maybe they lose. Well, yeah, that's how it's gonna
Dude,
go.
I'll tell you what, if they don't lose, they're
They're gonna
winning. They're
win.
going on. They're moving up.
The Texans are used to playing in a dome in Texas, so they're going to be playing in that 8-degree weather in Kansas City. So I'm going to take the Chiefs.
Another good factor I didn't think about.
Said last week that that Chargers Texans game was going to be the Joe Alt versus Will Anderson game. We saw who won that. You look at that Texans defense. They had guys flying around, pick off a guy who had 3 interceptions in the regular season 4 times, 4 sacks. I mean, that defense is hot, man. Give me the Chiefs by 10.
Chirk, I was thinking about you watching that game. Like Will Anderson was a human highlight reel.
Mhm.
They showed his face like 10 times. I was like, damn, he actually called it.
You know how much he looks like Bronny James? Just like
Scary.
filled out
Yeah.
Bronny James.
What letter grade would you give Joe Alt though, real quick?
Regular season or that game?
That game.
A C minus because he did flatten one of the
I think it
safeties
was
coming in.
Daniil.
So
Oh, I
he
thought it
gets
was
a
Daniil
T
Hunter.
minus for flattening somebody. What would he been if he didn't flatten somebody?
A straight F.
An F?
Um,
Damn.
I love Joe Alt. I think
I'm
that
can
is
I'm
he's
canceling the jersey orders.
Joe Alt
Hold
is
on.
a football player. That's what he is. But he
He's
had a
awesome.
rough
He's a
day.
Harbaugh guy.
He's
He
awesome.
really is.
I'm going to give this game the stinky game of the week title. I think this one's going to be 17-14. Chiefs are going to win. Neither offense is going to perform at all. Complete stinker.
Yeah, we'll keep moving.
Well, that's
The
a
Raven.
hexagonal Loch Ness.
Yep. Yeah. All six
Hexagonal
of us.
Loch
Yep.
Ness. Boom.
Yeah.
Bam.
Every single one of us at the Texans. Also taking place in the AFC is a rematch from about like week 4. The Ravens at the Bills. Last time the Ravens murdered them. Wasn't even a close game. This time they're only 1.5 point road favorites.
All right, listen up. If you were paying attention in the beginning, you saw the jersey. It's number 17. It's Josh Allen. They're saying he's going to get his first MVP. Give me Derrick Henry and the boys.
Ah.
Lamar Jackson, Ravens stomping all the way to the Super Bowl. Oh, we'll get there.
Once again, I'm with you. I have the Ravens in an extremely close game. Yeah, I think this Ravens team actually has it now. If that game was close against Pittsburgh, I probably would have picked the Bills. But the Ravens, Lamar looked composed. Lamar looked, I mean, unbelievable actually. I think that they're the better team all around. And I think that Buffalo might get destroyed on the ground.
When they met, whenever the hell it was, early in the season, Buffalo was beaten and battered. They didn't have their guys on defense. They didn't. They didn't.
That's poetic.
This game is a trench game. If Buffalo can stop the run, they got the guys to do it. They got Vaughn, Rousseau, Milano. It's gonna be Buffalo. It's gonna be Buffalo. I'm gonna switch it up on you guys. I want to see Chiefs Bills again. I really do.
No hexagon action.
Defense.
I'm going to step in and say real quick, this hasn't been a thing all year, but we'll pretend it was, and you only get one of them per year, so everyone else has one. I'm going to use my game of the year card on this game. I think this will be the game of the 2024-2025 NFL season.
Oh my God.
I'm
What does
really
that do?
excited.
You're just putting it down. That's it.
Yeah, no, just putting down my card. Like, yeah, I think this is the one.
It's going to be a really cold game in Buffalo. You're going to see Mac Collins catch a touchdown.
Oh,
I love it. The guy
awesome.
has crazy outfits walking in pre-game. I like him scoring a touchdown. I like it to come down to a field goal. This is going to be the end of the Justin Tucker era. He's going to miss a game winner. He's going to miss a game winner.
oh
So
my
I
God,
love
that's
it.
And then the
awesome.
Bills are going to
Guess
take
what?
control and win it.
I'm using my golden ticket. Someone convinced me.
Game of the year, huh?
Give me
Game
the
of the year.
Bills.
End of Tucker.
I love it.
One of these teams has a player that plays great in the snow. The guy averages 5.9 yards per carry in the snow. He averages 5.4 carries in the playoffs, 6 touchdowns, 918 yards. Give me, as Brian would say, Derrick Henry and the boys.
That's his averages in the snow.
Yep.
Totally thought you were talking about Josh Allen that
So did
entire
I.
time.
Oh,
Keep saying-
I thought he was
So did
talking
I.
James Cook.
Wow.
Cook, 6
Henry
touchdowns.
Cooks.
That'd be
Henry Cooks.
iconic.
I will pull the game of the year card here as well. I think this one's going to be an absolute shootout, and I'm going to take the Bills for now. But if Zay Flowers plays, I'm going to take the Ravens. So the whole
Wow.
game depends on Zay Flowers. I don't think the Ravens will be able to keep up if they don't have him.
Guess who's gonna make you
Bateman
eat
is
your
not
words.
getting it done.
Yes, he
Bateman
is. Yes,
not
he
getting
is.
it done. He
He
is
said
not
he'd never
going
have
to.
2 touchdowns again. He's gonna get it done this week without Zay.
Let's see it. Show me, Rashad. Let me see it.
Justice Hill's going to score too.
I think likely is.
I could get behind Likely,
I
but
was just
Bateman
thinking
for
about
2,
Likely.
there's no shot.
I could see Likely like there's a pass to Bateman. Likely snags it on him. That counts. That counts if that happens.
That wraps up the AFC. 3 members no longer have a golden game of the year ticket for the rest of the season, but
We didn't even know we had one, but
yeah. Yeah, true.
they're
But
gone.
we'll head over to the NFC, starting off with a weird game, the Rams at the Eagles.
Snow game, by the way, Matt.
This is going to be a snow game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Well,
Yeah, that in
guarantees
Buffalo.
my pick. I think it's a Saquon game. Even before I heard about the snow, give me the Eagles. I like the Rams. Like they have great weapons, using them well. Of course, we know how they do it, but I think this is where their young defense might get picked apart. But we'll see.
I'll go on record and say that's the most Eagles thing ever. They get an element of God, of Mother Nature, that completely neutralizes Sean McVay's offensive strategies. If he's limited in passing because of the snow or running, yeah, that's a big advantage for Philly. I'm not going to take them. I never will. I'm going with the Rams. Hurts looked terrible. If they could have had 16 other quarterbacks and they would have looked better in that game. The Rams looked really good too. They knocked off the Vikings, who were Super Bowl hopefuls. 14 wins.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd like to recycle a stat. Don't forget, teams that the Lions beat lose the next week. They beat them so bad. Not that that could be a factor now that they beat you and you go home, but well, I guess we'll talk about that in the next game. But
Yeah. Yeah. They beat the Vikings. They looked terrible.
My original pick was the Rams. I had no idea there was supposed to be snow. I don't know what to do.
I
I'm
think
gonna say
McVay could
Rams.
get creative.
That's what
and
I'm
stuff.
thinking. I like those short little screen passes and shit. I think he can like pick out what's up with a young defense.
Yeah.
And the injuries the Eagles have on the defensive side of the ball, I think Slay is banged up. Kobe Dean's not playing. I just think it's gonna come into a factor at some point. So give me the Rams.
It's a good point, Tyler. If the Packers didn't lose all of their literally all of their receivers, they were still doing decent on that defense. So I wonder, I mean, Cup, Puka,
It's
and
close.
Kyron those are 3 tough guys to have to deal with. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Are
That's
Are they
interesting.
hiding Cup? Are they hiding him?
No, they just hate him now.
I hope they're
There's a
hiding
deep
him.
hatred for Cooper Kupp now.
Something has to be going on there.
I
It's
don't think he's
weird.
healthy. I think that's what it is at this point.
Decoying
Banged
because
up.
they need him.
I mean, he's literally Stafford's bestest friend in the world, though. And now it's Puka. You know? Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Why am I seeing Cooper Cup catch a Super Bowl touchdown right now?
I think the Eagles have a more talented roster, but I think the Rams have a better coach and an experienced, better quarterback who won a Super Bowl and has success in the playoffs. So I'm going to take the Rams, but I feel like it's going to be an ugly game, and I don't know if it's going to be like a close game and then just to fall apart. I could see it happening. I mean, that defense looked electric last week.
I got three things to point out for this game. The Eagles are 1-2 against the Rams in the playoffs all time. Their only win was in December of 1949, where they won 14-0. The last two games, they lost one by 14, one by 5. Close games. Second point, Jeremiah Trotter, all right? He was a linebacker getting a lot of hype in the draft and kept sliding. It's his homecoming now. With him starting, this feels like a fantasy tale for him. And three, the Eagles have the best damn player on the football field in Lane Johnson. Give me the birds.
Yeah, he's good. But will he be slipping in the snow when he tries that stupid little false start thing he does? Maybe. Maybe.
I'll never pick the Eagles in anything. I'm going to take the Rams, but looking at the weather and just how last game went, Philly crushed them. Saquon had 302 all-purpose yards in that game. I think if it snows, the Rams are going to be able to stack the box a little bit more. So he's not going to take over that much. I mean, 300 yards is impossible. But Philly's definitely more talented. I'm just not taking them out of complete spite.
The thing about that, though, don't forget, is he had two fourth quarter 70-yard touchdowns. Like, they were kind of just like, whatever, you know? Not
Huge ones.
whatever, but they were just, yeah. So both touchdowns and 140, 150 of his yards did come on two plays in the fourth quarter. That brings us to our last game of the divisional round. I mean, listen, it may not be competitive, but it will be electric. The Commanders at the Lions.
I gotta stick with the Lions, just beating people up and making them wish they didn't show up to the field.
Yeah, that's what I have written down, but you know what? I'm gonna pick the Commanders. I'm gonna pick the Commanders. I don't think they should win, but I think they could. I think the week off might not be good for Detroit, even though it will be good to get some of their guys back, get some of their guys healthy. I think that when you have Jaden Daniels, the game is automatically exciting, number one. And number two, you always have a chance. I don't know. I could see them getting punched in the mouth and not knowing how to react with him running.
I'm gonna take the Lions. I think Jaden plays a great game, but I don't think they can keep up with the Lions offense. You know who also has a good game? Brian Branch. Watch out for that guy.
This is my game of the year ticket. I'm gonna use
Wow.
it. I
Let's
think it's going to
go.
be a really high scoring game, and I'm really excited for this one. Give me the Lions.
So Sabo just ruined my game of the year ticket. I was gonna come in firing with that. Man, are these two offenses gonna be fun to watch? I said this last week about Tampa and Washington, and it was all right.
That
But
was good.
man, two high flying offenses against two banged up, average to below average defenses. It's the Lions all the way. They have better tools all around, but it's gonna be a lot closer than a lot of people think, and it's gonna be high scoring. Like I could see a 38-35 game.
So I agree with everything you just said, Chirk. I'm also going to take the Lions, but the main reason is just because I want to see Hutch in the Super Bowl. So I hope they make
Yeah.
it that far just to see him come back.
Is
But
Monty back for the bowl?
Monty's back this week.
Monty's back now. Yeah.
How
Oh,
about
so we
this?
got Sonic and Knuckles.
Monty's minus
Yep.
215 to score a touchdown.
Yeah. The
I don't
odds are
know.
disgusting.
I don't know about that.
No, I like him for first. I'll sprinkle some on first.
Crazy that he's the second best odds. Jameer Gibbs for anytime touchdown is minus 450. Not even a
Oh my
parlay
gosh.
piece.
Kind of ridiculous.
The Lions had four guys that are longer than minus 105, I think, and five higher than the first commander, which is Terry McLaurin. It's
Which
crazy.
game of
He's minus 105.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll all be watching. You'll all be watching. And we thank you for watching us. We'll see you guys next week when we talk about the conference championships.